Hello everyone, it's me, Truebrilliance. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about past life relationships and karmic relationships and how they carry over into your current life and how you need to be able to recognize these types of connections and understand that there is a deeper lesson within your relationship. There's a deeper energy exchange going on between you and that person, dealing with things that happen in past lives that you are having to finish and tie up in this lifetime. And there is a lot of karmic relationships taking place right now on the planet. I would say like the majority of the relationships are karmic, having to deal with energy left over from past lives. That's basically what karma is. Karma is, let me just say this, a lot of people don't understand why things happen to them, especially bad things. What people do not understand is that we live in a whole system, okay? And right now we're living only a fragment of our entire existence, dealing with all the way back to from the beginning of time. So we've had many relationships with people. We've been married to people. We've had, just a ton of emotional energy exchange going on between us and other human beings. And those energies have to be balanced, whether in past life or if there's energy left over from past lives, then they have to be balanced in this current life. So somebody may come into your life and totally turn it upside down, totally shake you up, and you don't know where this person came from. You don't know why their energy feels so familiar. You don't know why your relationship dynamic feels so familiar. And it's usually because it's something carrying over from a past life, and there could be many different scenarios of how it can play out. For instance, say you're a woman and you're with a man this lifetime and you have a very complicated, deep, soulful relationship with this person. You don't understand why this person has such a strong hold over you. You don't understand why you trust this person and you have unconditional love for this person no matter what they do to you. um, and it's just not a regular relationship. Like usually with regular relationships, if you're just meeting somebody for the first time in this life, it can be a lot easier for you to let go of that person. It can be a lot easier for you to forget about that person. But usually when it's a karmic relationship, it's something deep and it's a soul contract that you have with that person. And usually if somebody is hurting you really bad or just causing a lot of disruption in your life, that usually is signifies somebody that you've had past life dealings with. Is usually somebody that triggers you on a very deep level. And also there will be a lot of repeat patterns going on with you and this person because you guys still have not resolved whatever conflict or whatever lesson that you were supposed to learn from this person still has not been resolved. And the main signpost for karmic relationships are patterns, things that keep happening over and over and over to you, and you don't understand why you keep manifesting this same situation. And usually you're manifesting that same situation because there's something that you're not getting, there's a lesson that you're not learning with this person. And so this person is going to continue to show up until the energy is balanced. But like I was saying, say you are a woman in this lifetime and you're dealing with a man, and you and this man have a very complicated relationship. He may have hurt you in certain ways, you may have hurt him in certain ways. But you don't understand that this was all, you were married to this person in a past life. And maybe you weren't the woman in the past life. Maybe you were the husband in the past life, and he was the wife in the past life. And maybe you cheated on them and you hurt them hella bad and you did stuff to them that was very hard for them to get over, and that changed their life pattern and changed their energetic pathway for the rest of their life. You really did a number on this person. Then in this lifetime, they show up, but they show up as a man to do the same thing to you that you did to them in a past life. But you don't know about the past life connection, so you just think this person is just fucked up. This person just came to ruin your life. Like, why am I going through this emotional hell with this person? And that's because the debt is being paid. The energy is being balanced. because that's all the universe is about, people. You have to remember that your energy, everything has to be balanced. That's the law of karma. That's what the planet Saturn deals with. He delivers you your karma, but it's a blessing, because what that ends up doing is that ends up balancing the energy out, and it also ends up releasing a certain energy so you can start a new energetic pathway. But I'm bringing this up because I am a person who, the only relationships that I have are karmic relationships. And this really hits home with me because with me, the people that I always fall in love with are the people whose energy feels super familiar to me. Um, it's so crazy, and it's like a really uncanny feeling. But usually, if I meet somebody and boom, the energy just flows like that, and I feel super comfortable around them, and their whole energetic imprint just feels familiar. Like I've known this person before. I have to have known them, because I'm the type of person, I don't open up to people really unless there's a divine connection. So, in order for me to just be open with somebody just straight out the gate and just feel comfortable with them, I know that I know their energy from past lives. I know for a fact. But it's just hard for me right now because I feel like all of my karmic relationships are all coming back at the same time. And so I have like all of these loose ends that I have to tie up in this lifetime. And it's like, why is this happening? It kind of makes me feel crazy at times, because I'm just like, why do I have these connections with all of these people? I have so much unfinished business that I have to handle with them. And before, I would try to run from the situation because I didn't want to face it. Because you have to understand, when you're dealing with karmic and past life relationships, these relationships cause a very deep, deep, deep emotional reaction into to you, to the point where the connection is so magnetic that you can't even stay away from this person, even if you wanted to, even if you tried. You cannot, and that's basically because the energy is pulling you toward each other to resolve whatever it is that you have to resolve. And the longer you run, that's the more, it's going to build up. And also, that's the more the universe will keep sending you the same type of energy until you resolve it. And a lot of people are dealing with karmic relationships, like I said, and they don't recognize it. And a lot of them are running from the relationships, but you have to understand that you have to pay your debt with this person. You have to balance out the energies. Um, and so yeah, I do want to just clarify though with people, and this is very, very important, because I see a lot of people out here who think they're in like twin flame relationships, soulmate relationships, or whatever, and they think that it's meant to be, and they're allowing somebody to abuse them and treat them bad. And if somebody's just doing you wrong over and over and over again, abusing you and just being really, really extreme, and you're trying to explain it away by being a karmic relationship or being a past life relationship, and you have this connection, you need to stay with this person, I'm telling you right now, that's not what I'm talking about. And do not stay in any abusive situation, or a situation where your self-esteem is being put down so low and you're not being respected and honored as a human being. When I say this person's doing stuff to you, I don't mean like abuse. If it's abuse, you need to stop, and stop trying to explain it away as a divine connection, because those are two completely different things. Like I said, it's more of like a soul recognition, and you have to be somebody that's really in tune to really be able to understand, you know, what I'm talking about, and being able to identify karmic relationships. Also, you may have had a mission with this person in a past life. You and this person may have been able, or may have, or were supposed to accomplish some mission together with this person. Like maybe you were building something with them in their past life, and then they come back around, and in this lifetime, you have to finish what you started in last lifetimes. It's very important for you to look at all of the lives that you had as one whole, and how everything is balancing itself out. You may think that the things that are happening to you in this life are unfair. You may not understand why certain things don't go your way and all of these other things, but there's always a reason behind it. There's always a deeper purpose behind it. And a lot of us are ignorant of who we were before, or the relationships that we've had. And you have, just think about it. Your marriage partners and your lovers from past lives, what happened to them? Where are they? You could have fell in love a million times in past lives and had deep, enriching relationships with these people. What happened to them? You don't think that they come back around to visit you in your current life? You don't think that that soul connection, let me tell you something. When you have a soul connection with somebody, it never dies, okay? Because energy never dies. That connection remains for eternity. So you can keep going in and out, experiencing that same connection in different ways through different bodies, but the soul connection and the soul essence is always going to remain the same between you and that person. And that connection never goes away. And yeah, because when it's real and when it's true, that's what it is. And there's a lot of rules and there's a lot of restraints in our society that stop us from experiencing these connections with people because we live by certain standards of rules, and certain people are off limits and all of these things. But from a connection point of view, it's not something that you can stop. If two people are meant to reunite in a lifetime, they're going to reunite regardless of what's going on. This 3D world doesn't mean shit, okay, when it comes to spirituality and the spiritual connection, because the spiritual connection is eternal. This 3D shit is temporary. And so, yeah, the energy never dies between you and someone else. But it could get really complicated because you could have multiple past life relationships coming back at the same time, which is something that I'm dealing with right now. And it's very fulfilling for me, I will say that, because these men are my teachers. They're teaching me more about myself. They're teaching me about intimacy. They're teaching me about how to let go. They're teaching me about how to love people in different ways. They're teaching me about how to love people from afar. Just a lot of different lessons that they're teaching me. And I think we also need to start looking at relationships from the standpoint of, what is this person teaching me? What lesson is this person bringing me? A lot of the times our relationships, even though and from the 3D perspective is looked at as bad, are really blessings, because this person is showing you who you are. They're showing you yourself. They're here to help you. Even though they may be hurting you in, the 3D perspective, they, on a higher spiritual level, they're blessing you, because whatever pain that they're bringing to your life is helping you to look at yourself and helping you to transform yourself. I also think that you can have many different connections with many different people, and I just feel like in the highest sense of things, it doesn't matter. Like, definitions don't matter. It's the connection that matters. But yeah, I mean, with past life connections, karmic relationships, it's usually an energy that feels very familiar to you. And the relationship will kind of feel like you're picking up where you left off with this person. Like, it's just like you just jump right into the relationship. You just jump right into the friendship or whatever type of dynamic you have with a person. You just jump right in. It's like you're continuing off from before. And you may have a different mission that you're doing with this person in this life. And also, I notice with these types of relationships is that it's a feeling that doesn't go away. And these types of connections really bring up unconditional love, because it's almost like you've been through too much with this person to just completely cut them off or completely not have them in your life. You've been through too much with them, so it's kind of like you'll always love them no matter what. Even if you can't be together in a relationship term, maybe you can continue that in a future life. But one of the main things I wanted to bring up was this, and this is very important. Oh, my foot fell asleep. I feel like on Earth we're kind of in a graduation phase right now, to whereas everything from our past lives we are wrapping up now. Basically, we're tying up all of the loose ends in our lives, all of the energy that wasn't reciprocated, all of the apologies that weren't said, all of the forgiveness that we needed to give to people. just any leftover energy from the past has to be resolved right here, right now. Because I really feel like we're getting ready to take it to the next level. And this next level is really going to be some crazy shit, because I really feel like instead of just having one relationship with one person, we are going to be having multiple relationships with multiple people. And it's going to really step the relationship dynamic up. It's going to make it exciting as fuck. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be invigorating, but it's going to be a lot to keep up with, because you have to realize we're stepping into a new vibration. And so I really feel like we're going to be having multiple relationships with multiple people, and we're going to have to deal with all of those contracts separately, and you're going to have to keep it all going at once, because you have to remember this is like school, kind of. And we've done the be with a single mate for the rest of your life thing to really figure out one person. But I really feel like we're moving into the dynamic of polygamy, which is having multiple relationships with multiple people and maintaining those multiple relationships, which is a new dynamic for us. But keep in mind, polygamy and all that crap was already going on back in ancient days, but we're kind of behind, so we're kind of just catching up. But of course, that's going to happen, because as we evolve as human beings, we are able to take on more. As we step our vibration up, we're able to handle more energy. And, being in with polygamy and stuff like that, that's a lot of energy that you're handling, and a lot of emotional energy. But I think it's kind of time for us to expand our horizons and not be so limited in our connecting with people and our relating with people. I really think that it's time for us to expand our horizons, because we learn who we are through different people. Everybody has something different to offer you. And I know people say, well, you can find it all in one person. Yeah, but what fun is that? Each individual is a completely different vibration. They're a completely different energetic being. And different people can offer you different things at different times. They offer you different experiences. And I think it's important for us to have these relationships with people so that we can evolve faster. Because you can only evolve so fast from being with one person. You know what I mean? Different people stimulate you on different levels. So I'm just saying, when it comes to relating, I'm a lot more open to different concepts, you know what I mean? And I think everybody else's mind is opening when it comes to different concepts. And when I talk about polygamy, I'm in no means, ladies, just talking about men, because women can be in polygamous relationships and be the nucleus and center of that as well, which I am an advocate of, because, I've studied a lot upon the goddess, and yes, she had multiple lovers. She had multiple lovers for different things, and they were kind of like her servants in a way. But yeah, nothing was wrong with that back in the day. She wasn't a whore because she had multiple lovers. And you don't even have to have a sexual relationship with all of these lovers. You can just have a sexual relationship with one and have a mental connection with the other, or a business partnership with the other, or, emotional connection to the other. You know what I mean? Like, there's different types of relationships. And I think people really need to break outside the box and start looking at life from a wider perspective. And, we have to get rid of jealousy. We have to get rid of our insecurities within ourselves. But always keep in mind that it's always up to you. It's always your choice if that's what you want to practice. I just think we're becoming more open-minded now. And also dealing with Jupiter getting ready to enter Libra. And this is really going to bring multiple relationships, polygamy and all that stuff more out into the forefront, because Jupiter is going to be expanding relationships. He's expanding our mindsets when it comes to relating, which is exactly what I'm talking about in this video. So this next year, you're going to see, everything I'm talking about in this video, you are going to see on a large scale. So it's going to be very interesting, but it's exciting at the same time, because we're ready to take it to the next level. We're ready to evolve. And, one of the best ways that we evolve is through our relationships to other people. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. If you guys want a chart reading from me, please go to www.queensandthrones.com. If you want to email me some questions, email me at queensandthrones@gmail.com. All right, and it was nice speaking with you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.